Hi everybody, it's week 14 of Summer CSA and we have a great box for you guys this week. First of all, we have our first pressing of fresh apple cider for everyone. Everyone's gonna get a half-gallon jug. You're gonna need to put this in your fridge. It'll last for about 3 weeks in your fridge. It is UV treated, not heat pasteurized, so it can ferment if you do not drink it or use it all up in 3 weeks. If you want to keep it for a little bit longer, I would recommend putting it in your freezer. This is super sweet and delicious, fresh pressed cider. Enjoy it while it's here. We have buttercup squash for everybody this week. It's great for soups. I really like to roast the whole thing, puree it, and then add it to soup. You can also slice it and just roast the slices with some nice different seasonings. Winter squash are going to store really well either just on your countertop or in your pantry. If you want to keep them for long-term storage, I would put them in a little bit of a cooler place like a basement or a cool garage. For best quality, I would not store these longer than 4 months. I would eat them within the next 3 months. And if you don't use the whole thing at one time, I would just put the half or quarter or whatever that you don't use into a container or in a bag in your fridge. We have red onions for everybody this week. These ones are a little bit more cured than the onions that you have been getting in your previous boxes. So I think I still recommend putting these in your fridge just for best storage. Unless you have a pretty cool home, they might be okay on your countertop. These are great raw for fresh eating as well as just using them as an onion for cooking. We also have kohlrabi for everybody this week, a nice little bunch of kohlrabi with the leaves on. You should store this in a bag or a container in your fridge. You could chop the leaves off and store them separately for a little bit better storage. You can eat the leaves just like you would collards. I would recommend cooking them up. And the kohlrabi is really great raw, super sweet and crunchy, or you can roast it up with the other roots that have come in your box this week. We have a turnip mix for everybody this week of our hakurai, which you guys are pretty familiar with, and our scarlet turnips, which are a fall crop. But these are both a salad turnip, so they're really delicious raw, they're crunchy, they have a little bit of a kick to them, kind of like a radish, and also a nice sweetness to them. However, you can cook with them as well. You could roast them in butter, it's really delicious. And these are gonna store best in the bag that they come in. We harvested the first round of fall carrots last week. We're all pretty excited about carrot harvest. These are not gonna be quite as sweet as our late October carrots, but they are still pretty delicious, nice and crunchy and fresh. These are also gonna store pretty good in the bag that they come in, though I would open it up a little bit. We tied them closed. I think they're gonna do best with a little bit of air, and we'll have carrots available for every week for the rest of the summer. And then finally, we have a bag of cut arugula for everybody this week. This stuff is pretty perishable, so I would eat it up quickly, and it'll store really great in this bag that it comes in your fridge. That's everything for this week. Enjoy your veggies.